Hello and welcome back to another Doctor Who action figure review. I'm back with another B&M exclusive, which is the History of the Daleks set, number 7, Day of the Daleks. Okay, I know what you're all thinking. Character options can't count. We've just had set number 5. Where the hell is set number 6? Where is the Evil of the Daleks set? Well, obviously, character have decided to skip on ever so slightly because, you know, Power of the Daleks, Evil of the Daleks are incredibly similar props. So it makes much more sense to have two very different Dalek sets on the shelf rather than two very similar Dalek sets trying to compete against each other. And I'm sure, considering that this is called number 7, number 6 will eventually be released. It's just a matter of when. For now, let's take a look at the packaging. Like always, the Daleks are packaged in the standard window box with the Doctor Who logo, the grey and blue TARDIS, the gold foil limited edition sticker, and the little red box out saying that this is from Day of the Daleks, 1972. It's our first 70s History of the Daleks set. On the back of the box, we get a look at the figures themselves, along with a synopsis about the story, and also some behind-the-scenes information about the Dalek props. And then, as ever, we have another lovely diorama display. There are several things they could have done for this. They could have done the control room, which would have looked good, but instead they've opted for that little bit under the bridge, which was a main focal point for the story. And there's a lot of great little Easter eggs in here, as ever. So obviously you've got the bridge, you've got the time vortex effect, you've got some Ogrons up there. And over here, under the bridge, you have some mechanical creature that I don't recognise, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably from Blake 7, because we all know that Al Duar loves Blake 7 and likes to sneak a little reference or two into these boxes. And then on the other side, there is a big stone, which I assume is an ogre, considering that it's got a sort of glowing effect down the middle, as if it's drunk some blood. A fun little Easter egg that you could very easily miss on the inside, but as ever, love these little backdrops. Always a great way to display your figures. So out of the box, we have a brand new Dalek variant and an update on a existing figure. We'll start with the drone, which is the brand new variant, and it's one that I've been wanting for years. I've been saying, please, I just want a metallic gunmetal grey Dalek. They look so good. Why haven't they done them? They've done every possible grey and black Dalek ever, but except these ones. And these ones look better than the other ones, in my opinion. And finally, they've done it. And I remember, I must have gone on about it so much, I remember someone left a comment on a video once saying, for God's sake, just paint a Dalek yourself. And now I don't have to, because they've been officially released, and it looks stunning. It is a beautiful paint job. It is everything that I ever wanted. Just like with the silver finishes on the other Daleks, the 60s Daleks, this looks absolutely glorious. When the light reflects off of it, it just looks fantastic. And I will say again, I much prefer this look because it feels slightly more threatening, slightly more tank-like, whereas the sort of more popular grey of the Genesis Daleks, to me, feels a bit plasticky and shows off a lot of the imperfections of the props. So I much prefer this, and they just did a wonderful job with it. So in terms of the paint apps and everything, everything's neat and tidy. You have the little Mini Cooper lights with the ridges on there, very nicely sculpted, very effective. The shorter, stubbier 70s eye stalk with the silver portion going through the middle and the light baby blue discs. And then on the front, you've got the glossy black of the eyeball and the pupil with the white iris around it, and that looks great. The mesh section is a matte black with the rods going down in the same metallic grey as the rest of the Dalek. That's the same for the shoulder section, all one colour, the slats, the mesh, everything. Then when we get to the gun stick, again, same colour as everything else. The plunger breaks everything up ever so slightly with that shot of silver down to the ball joint as well, which works very well. Then you've got the matte black on the plunger. And then, of course, going down to the skirt, more of that metallic grey with the glossy black hemispheres. And then going down to the fender, you have the two-step fender with the what would be rubber at the bottom. And that's been painted in a glossy black as well. And I think that's to try and capture the look of the fact that they used bin liners to hide the wheels beneath the Daleks. And I know Dalek aficionados out there will say, oh, actually, it shouldn't look quite so two-stepped as that. It should just be one flat piece, which is something that they did with the original Day of the Daleks, Supreme Dalek. And I think they even did it with the Genesis Dalek originally as well. I'm not particularly bothered about that, to be honest. I'm just thrilled that we finally have a metallic grey Dalek. It looks phenomenal. So good. I'm so pleased. He looks amazing. And then we also have our Supreme Dalek, which is the second time that this guy has been released, although he did have a running change along the way. This guy came out in the second Dalek Collector set way back when, 2009, 2010, so going back quite a while now. This new version just improves upon that in terms of accuracy of the colours, really. Again, like with the other Daleks, the metallic paint looks beautiful. It's a really lovely gold, and the metallic finish is stunning. Of course, the big change is the mesh around the neck bin. On the original version, that was black, which was incorrect. Here, they've painted it the correct gold, which I'm very happy about. Nice to see that that's been tweaked and fixed. I think we all assumed that that was going to happen. Again, like the other Dalek, he's got the Mini Cooper lights. That was the running change that I mentioned earlier that happened when this Dalek was first released. He has the same 70s eye stalk with the silver going through the middle. Everything else around the Dalek is the same metallic gold, the gun stick, the shoulders. The only difference is, of course, the silver on the plunger. And then we have the glossy black of the hemispheres. You've got that two-step piece, matte black on the top, glossy black on the bottom. And what they've done here, and this kind of reminds me of Dapol Doctor Who figures, because I had this Dalek in the Dapol range, but this is how the props were made. You can see that they've kept the top of this gold, and that's because that's exactly how the prop was made, and it mentions it on the back of the box. It just adds some additional authenticity to the look of the Dalek. So overall, a really fantastic set, a great improvement to the Supreme Dalek, and of course, the drone looks amazing as well. High time that we got one of those. Feel free to go back and check out my reviews of the other sets. And as ever, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the reviews. Good luck tracking down the figures, and I shall see you all again soon for some more Doctor Who action figure reviews. Take care.